Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the virtual orientation coffee chat. My name is Renee Marquez. I serve as the Assistant Director for Future Wildcat Families, really a department that is side by side with the orientation team. We are a big team. We also are a department that specializes in working with our new incoming families like yourself. Today's session is the third part of a three-part series. So some of you may remember we met with Logan back in February, teaching us about the Next Step Center. And then in March, she went over Arizona Arrival, really all the things after your student receives their admissions letter, what comes next. So we went over those two. They are recorded sessions, so if you happen to miss them, they're on our Future Families website. So you can go back and watch those recordings. Today, Logan is back with a co-presenter to talk about one of the most meaningful milestones in your student's transition to the University of Arizona, which is Destination Arizona. And we will also talk about Family Quest. And really discussing how this experience begins shaping students academically, socially, and really helps with their sense of belonging here on campus. We'll also cover how you, as parents and families, can help support your student through it all throughout the summer. But before we get too far along, and especially if you've never attended one of our virtual coffee chats, I just want to go over a few housekeeping logistics. So you are logged into a Zoom webinar format. Your audio and visual have been disabled. Your chat box is also disabled. What will be used this afternoon is the Q&A. So if you want to grab your mouse and hover over the bottom of your screen, there will be an option for the Q&A. If you have any questions for our orientation team today, you are welcome to ask those in the Q&A. This session will be recorded and uploaded to our website, futurefamily.arizona.edu, for review. If you want to go back and listen to it, it'll be there. I want to give a huge shout out to my colleagues behind the scenes who will help with answering any questions that you may have throughout our session today. Thank you all for being here. Without further delay, I am excited to introduce two presenters. I want to welcome back Logan Adams, who serves as Executive Director for Student Transitions and Customer Service. Logan, I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, of course. Happy to be back. Thanks for having me again.
And I would also like to introduce to you Melina Casillas. She serves as the Senior Coordinator for Student Transitions and Customer Service. Melina, welcome. Thank you for being here in our coffee chat today.
Hi, Renee, and hi, everyone joining us. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to talk about Destination Arizona.
Wonderful. So let's go ahead and get started. Logan, I will start with you. Considering this is our third session for the orientation, we have a little more focus on Destination Arizona, which is more of the in-person part of the orientation. Can you, before we get started, give us a quick overview of the first two sessions we covered in the previous coffee chats?
Yeah, definitely. So we laid them out here for you really beautifully so you can kind of see the first, second, and third coffee chat in regards to the content that's being covered. So our first coffee chat, we really talked about the pre-orientation tasks. That's really anything after your student was admitted. So once they were admitted and received that letter with their ID, they were really able to get started in the process and the journey. That led from creating a net ID and a password, getting into their next step center, etc. You can see on here, we also relayed out the things that students might need to get into their next step center for. That's paying their enrollment fee. That unlocks the ability to sign up for their virtual orientation experience. They can do their housing application in there, their residency verification. All of that is going to be in their Next Step Center portal. And so that's really important that once a student's been admitted, they go in there to start checking off those things that they need to do prior to being a full-time student here. One of the other things that we covered in that first coffee chat was around placements. Placements opened on March 30th. Placement exams are required for all incoming students, depending on their major. So we have math, writing, and second language that are our 3 placements here at the University of Arizona. Again, they vary for students by their major and their program. So some students might be required to take all 3. Other students might be required to only take 1. It just kind of depends. We also have a section in our placements that tells students how they can submit credit in order to satisfy some of those placement requirements, so they can check off those boxes even earlier. So if you have questions about any of those things, the first coffee chat is a great place to start because it really goes into depth on those topics. And the second coffee chat that we did really focused on the virtual orientation experience. So that is their entire process. The first step being their Arizona Arrival. Arizona Arrival is their orientation portal that they go into to learn about everything that it means to be a Wildcat. That portal unlocked on April 1st. So any student that has registered for the virtual orientation experience on or before that date received an email. If they've registered after, they should have already received an email too saying, hey, your Arizona Arrival portal is unlocked. You can start going in and working your way through. It's a self-paced platform where students can go on and learn about their academic major, program of study, and all about getting involved, student success and supports, etc. The really key thing about Arizona Arrival is that it must be completed in order to unlock the next step, which is the only second step in the process, which is the student being able to schedule their course registration appointment. That course registration appointment is a one-to-one meeting with an academic advising staff member to create their fall course schedule. Those are going to be happening throughout the months of starting at the end of May all the way through June, and some scattered in July. And so we encourage students to go ahead and start completing that Arizona Arrival. So on May 1, when those appointments unlock, they can get in there quickly and schedule their time. So all of those were covered in our first 2 coffee chats. And now we're really excited to transition in to tell you about our final piece in a student's transition experience, which is Destination Arizona, one of our really beloved programs here. And so I'm excited for Melina to be able to share a little bit today about what that program means for students.
Awesome. Thank you, Logan. So as you're seeing here, Destination Arizona is really the official starting point for your student's Wildcat journey. While it may feel like just another part of the orientation process and a transition program, we have intentionally designed to set the foundation for your students' long-term success here at the University of Arizona. We know that students who feel connected early, whether that's academically, socially, and personally, are more likely to persist, succeed, and feel confident navigating their college experience. So that's exactly what this program is built to do. It gives students early access to the people, tools, and resources they'll rely on from day one, not weeks into the semester when they may already feel behind. They'll already have that toolbox built. So there are 3 main areas we focus on during Destination Arizona. First is that academic readiness, where your student will start building a relationship with their academic college, learn what's expected of them in the classroom, and connect with other students who are on the similar academic path as them. And this helps make what can feel like a very big university feel much smaller and more manageable. Second is that community and belonging point. So we want students to start finding their place here early on. They'll learn what it means to be a Wildcat, connect with campus resources, and start building relationships with both peers and current students. And that sense of belonging early on is really the key to feeling comfortable and supported for your student. And the last piece is self-advocacy. So college, as you may know, is a big transition, and students are learning how to navigate things more independently. And we help them build confidence in asking for help, finding resources, and advocating for themselves, both academically and personally. So overall, this program isn't just about getting the information that your students may need right then and there. It's really building again that toolbox for them throughout their first semester all the way up until that graduation commencement point. So we really want them to feel prepared, connected, and confident before the semester even begins. And a little toolbox for you all is some quick definitions on the Destination Arizona process. So DAZ, this is a quick abbreviation for Destination Arizona. You may see it as we are sending out emails to you or your student, or if you're talking to one of our staff members on the Destination Arizona weekend, we may say a quick DAZ instead of saying Destination Arizona in full. Next is signature sessions. So these sessions for your student are highly recommended sessions that will be pre-added to your student schedule from the Destination Arizona team. These are the sessions that really highlight all three pillars, so that academic readiness, community and belonging, and self-advocacy for them. We're going to suggest that your student attend those sessions throughout the Destination Arizona weekend. And then supporting sessions, those are some additional sessions we have for your student to enhance their experience. So a lot of these supporting sessions really are tailored to your student's experience, whether that is special interests like clubs or involvement or identity-based resources as well. So each student is unique. We recognize that. So we want them to have a unique experience that sets them up for success prior to the first day of school. And that's what those supporting sessions do. And then that DAZ, the DAZ student portal. So this student portal is going to be where your student can view their schedule and begin adding supporting sessions to really build that strong weekend we want for them that's going to set them up for success and tailor to their needs and interests. And then July 8th. You'll want to mark that date down. Wednesday, July 8th is when our team will really be ramping up communications to you and your student with more details about the Destination Arizona program and how you as a supporter can also be involved in Destination Arizona events. And again, that is when your student will be able to view their schedule, the signature sessions we've had added for them, and then also start adding signature sessions to their schedule. And then on this next slide that we have here, this is just a quick look into what the Destination Arizona portal looks like. These are three different images. So on the left-hand side, we have what your student will be coming into when they click the link for the student portal. So this is a screenshot from last year, so don't feel like you need to write down what's going on. Those are the wrong dates. Those are different sessions going on at the time. But this is what those pre-added sessions look like for your students. So we may recommend that they attend the resource fair because that is where they're going to be able to initially meet so many of our campus departments like our campus health, UAPD, different think tank and tutoring services, our career readiness, all kind of sessions that we've had throughout the past with coffee chats as well. And then up at the top, your student will be able to see their supporting sessions and start adding things. This portal, though, is not just to view their schedule. They're going to be wanting to use it through the entire weekend. So starting on that July 8th, they're going to want to get comfortable with the portal because they will be going back and referencing it throughout the entire weekend of Destination Arizona. Now, if we move all the way to the right-hand side where it says, please present this QR code to staff at check-in, that is why they're going to want to utilize and need to utilize the portal throughout their entire weekend. In order to make check-in easy with over 8,500 students joining us on campus for the Destination Arizona weekend is that we have a quick process to get them checked in, and that is by scanning QR codes. So your student has a unique QR code to them for each session and will be able to access that through the Destination Arizona portal. This might seem overwhelming, but don't fret. We will be communicating about all of this information and about how to navigate the portal starting July 8th. Moving on to your student's Destination Arizona schedule. So a brief look into what everything's going to look like for them. Starting on Thursday, August 20th, our signature session for them is check-in and welcome bag pickup. So on Thursday, August 20th, we set your student up for a successful Destination Arizona weekend by getting them checked in and then also reminding them again to make sure they are building out their schedule in that portal and then also welcome them with a lot of goodies, not only from our team with a pamphlet about what's going on with Destination Arizona, but also a lot of goodies from different campus partners as well, whether that's a pen, that's a magnet, a reminder card about Dean of Students special events that are going on during the first month of school. We have a lot of campus partners that are wanting to set your student up for success with those goodies as well. We have a lot of great supporting sessions going on during Thursday as well that your student can attend. Again, that resource fair is going to be pre-added to your student schedule because we want to get them connected from the get-go with all of our campus resources that we have available that are present during that Thursday, August 20th resource fair. So definitely suggest going to that. That resource fair is something that is open to you all as well. And then we have some workshop sessions. So really getting into some nitty-gritty topics that your students may want to learn more about, whether that is mental health, financial wellness, or also time management. Those are some highlight sessions that we have going on. And then we have our CATS kickoff. So if your student is interested in athletics, wants a sneak peek on how to get into the Casino del Sol Stadium, and also wants to step foot onto the football field and be a part of a class photo, that is the event for them to go to. Moving on to Friday, this is really our academic readiness focus day. All your student has is an hour-and-a-half commitment with our Next Stop academic unit welcome. So their college or academic unit will be spending an hour-and-a-half with them, really setting the tone of the expectations that they have for your student, but then also getting connected with fellow incoming students and peers that are within that college, major, cohort, and then also meeting current students of that college, whether it's through the ambassadors program, mentorship programs. They will be able to connect with current students as well and hear about what their experiences are like. Some supporting sessions that we have for them there are CAT Connections small groups, which are also led by our current students and our current student leaders named Destination Arizona leaders, and then also Destination Dining. This is a great event in the evening for your students to start getting a taste of the union. So if they're on that meal plan, want to know what kind of offerings the union has, they can get some Costco-sized samples of what the union is offering for students through Destination Dining. And then to wrap up Saturday, August 22nd, we have some signature sessions. We have our new student convocation, where we really bring a culmination of what your student has learned through academic readiness, community and belonging, and self-advocacy, all to celebrate in the McHale Arena as well, and celebrate their start into their academic journey. And then some supporting sessions that we have for them there are campus mixers. So really open house style events of our campus resources. So on Thursday, they got to initially meet, maybe get a business card from our campus departments. And then on Saturday, they're actually opening up their spaces to your student to start learning how to navigate to that space and really meeting the staff and seeing in-house how those resources are put into action. And then to really wrap up the evening, we have Evening Oasis. This is an event for them from 6 to 10 p.m. on Saturday, August 22nd, to just celebrate that they are Wildcats. And really, it is a block party for them. We are going to have a DJ, we're going to have food trucks, tie-dye stations, a lot of local Tucson vendors as well. So just welcoming them to not only the Wildcat community, but also the Tucson community, and really letting them celebrate that they're just starting their journey at the University of Arizona.
Melina, real quickly,
Thanks.
we had a couple of questions in the chat that I'm hoping we can address just for everyone. There were two. So one was asking, when do students get their box? You mentioned there you were going to start communicating that information.
Yes, so we have the box is definitely popular. We have actually transitioned to a welcome bag this year. So your student will be getting a clear tote bag that is stadium approved. So for any of those students that want to be going to athletic games as well, they will be able to take that tote bag with them, but they can start receiving it Thursday, August 20th, and will be receiving communications about how to receive that bag on campus starting during Destination Arizona programming on Thursday, August 20th. Now, don't fret, this is the big day that we have for check-in and welcome bag pickup, but if your student is either moving in or has other events going on Thursday, they can still pick it up on Friday and Saturday as well.
Thank you, Melina. And just a reminder, when it comes to housing and living on campus, your student will have the opportunity on to what day and time they want to move in. So that will also be an option. Thanks, Melina.
Yeah, of course. Then want to highlight as well the built-in support that your students have from day one. Like I kind of hinted at earlier, we have our Destination Arizona leaders. So rather than students trying to figure everything out on their own, they're supported the entire time by our Destination Arizona leaders who are current students who remember what it felt like to be new, and they're there to guide, answer questions, and help your students start building those connections right away. Whether that's navigating campus and the Destination Arizona program, making connections with other new students, getting those questions again answered in real time, we are helping your student feel comfortable and confident in their new environment. And they will also be there to support you as well and navigate campus as you're going through the Destination Arizona program as well with your student and other Family Quest events. With this, do also want to highlight that again, our Destination Arizona Leader students are hosting small group sessions that Friday. So make sure that you encourage your student to sign up for those sessions that are led by our Destination Arizona leaders when the portal opens on July 8th. Your student will be able to read a profile of the student who is hosting the session and see if they relate either academically, maybe even socially with clubs that they want to be involved in, or even locationally as well. We have out-of-state students hosting sessions, international students, students from rural areas, some first-gen students, a lot of different categories for your student to feel welcomed by our destination leaders. I'll kick it off to
Yeah.
Renee to hear more about Family Quest.
Thank you so much, Melina. Natalie, I just want to thank you for your question in the chat. We are going to move right into the activities that we'll be having during Destination Arizona. So while your student is busy with Destination Arizona, we will have Family Quest. These are events designed especially for you as parents and family members. Really and truly an experience for you as the supporters. So Family Quest is a series of in-person events happening that same week as Destination Arizona, which is the week prior to the start of school. It's intentionally designed to help you feel just as connected, informed as your student begins their journey. So we kick off Tuesday and Wednesday with our family mixer, which is exactly what it sounds like, a relaxed, welcoming space to meet other Wildcat families. We will be offering tours of our BASC, which is the Bartlett Academic Success Center. If you watched JT's coffee chat from last week on career readiness, they are located in BASC, along with, the think tank. There's all these support systems for our students within that area. So we're going to go ahead and host an event right in that space so that you can be familiar with this area. Should your student come to you for advice during that first year, you have like a really good idea of what is offered to them. On Thursday, Melina mentioned this, we're going to offer a family resource fair where you and your student can explore all the tools and services and support system available to your student here on campus, from academic resources to wellness and involvement opportunities. You can attend with your student or separately, but really an event for the both of you. Then on Friday, which is a big day, we will host our Wildcat Family Conference. You will get an official welcome from campus leadership, just really gain those deeper insights with sessions on the hour. So it's true conference style sessions throughout the day until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You can pick what sessions you're most interested in. There'll be sessions like a safety seminar. There'll be topics like leading from behind, supporting your students' development during their first year. Expect the unexpected, which is a really great session from our Dean of Students office. Helping your student build resilience. So many more topics during that conference. We will make sure that you return home with practical ways to support your student throughout that first year. It's not listed on here, but Friday evening, we will wrap up the week celebrating the Proud Parent Social. This will be a fun event and a way just to close out your time here on campus before classes begin. I will have you know that, the Proud Parent Social isn't listed here. There could be some other events that will pop up that you're welcome to join as well with your student. So we will share those once they become available. We'll make sure to share those with you. But the Proud Parent Social will be held at the beautiful Arizona Sands Club that overlooks the football stadium and the Catalina Mountains, a beautiful venue. We will partner with parent and family programs throughout that week just so that you get to know them as they will be your new support system moving forward. Family Quest really is about making sure you don't leave campus with unanswered questions. It's about helping you feel prepared and really part of our Wildcat community. So, Logan, let's go over some important dates.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Renee. We put these important dates on the screen. Some of them have already passed, but I think all of them are important for everyone to know as you're helping your student go through this enrollment process. So like we mentioned at the top of the coffee chat, registration for the virtual orientation experience is already opened. It opened on February 1st. So your student can go in at any time after paying the enrollment fee and sign up for the virtual orientation experience. That sign up will then trigger them to receive that Arizona arrival email. Like we said, it opened on April 1st, so you'll see that here too. And it also helps trigger the rest of their process. March 30th is when our placements open. Just because we're a week past that doesn't mean that anything is behind. We just ask for those placements to be completed before a student attends that course registration appointment. And so students have plenty of time to complete those. Like I said, that first course registration appointment isn't until the end of May, I think May 26th. So students still have almost 2 months to complete those placements if they're needed prior to that meeting with their academic advisor. Like I mentioned, April 1, Arizona arrivals open. Our next big thing is on May 1. There's a couple of things happening on May 1. May 1 is National Commitment Day. So we do ask all of our students, especially our first year students, to make their commitment to the University of Arizona by that date so we can be sure that we save them a spot in our incoming class. So if your student hasn't paid the enrollment fee by that date, I would encourage you to do so to ensure that they have a spot and they can continue on in their journey with us. That's also the date that the course registration appointments open. So as a reminder, if your student has completed Arizona arrival on May 1, they will receive an email saying, hey, you can sign up for your advising appointment. And then they can schedule it. Like I said, those will start May 26th and continue throughout the month of June for them. And the next big day is July 6th. That's whenever our insight sessions will be starting. Those insight sessions are sessions hosted by various campus partners, welcoming students and you all, their family members, to campus. They range in a whole different variety of conversations. Some of them are chats with the academic colleges so that you can learn more about what your students' coursework is going to look like, ask questions to them. Some of them have drop-in appointments for students. Other ones have full presentations like our campus rec department, our meal plans office. So we have a myriad of all different presentations, drop-ins, Q&As that are happening during that time. And all of those will be posted to our website starting May 1. And then you just heard about Destination Arizona, and that's our last important date and deadline.
Thank you, Logan. So helpful. Jason, you had a really good question in the chat. Is placement testing completed at our high school or online? So those placement tests will be online. Logan kind of talked about it in a previous coffee chat. So if you have more questions, please go back and watch that. It's very informative, especially she goes deep into the placement for our students. So thank you for your question. Just want to remind you, we are going to be having a parent and family orientation. I did see somebody mention in the chat as well about healthcare and how that all works. That will be covered in our parent and family orientation. Whether it's your insurance that's covered, there's also insurance that is offered to our students too. So that is something that we'll go over. We will have dates throughout June and one in July. You can choose one of the dates. Registration will be coming soon, but all the sessions will be the same. These are just optional dates. If you can't make one, you can attend another. So just need to attend one of these dates as they will all be the same for the orientation. We do have some more virtual coffee chats on the horizon. I have to tell you, our coffee chat season is winding down and kind of coming to an end. We do have 2 next week, study abroad, which is always a hot topic. And moving your student to Arizona, we will have parents of current students discussing how they move their student across the country. I believe we're going to have 2 from the East Coast and 1 from North Phoenix that will just talk about their experience and really what their students are doing now, how they got involved. We'll hear all about our from their current experiences. And then we added on April 21st, the SALT Center. We are receiving interest from a lot of families. What is SALT? SALT stands for Strategic Alternative Learning Techniques. It is a specialized academic support program for students with learning and attention differences, such as ADHD or other learning differences. They do provide services for all students. They provide personalized support like one-on-one coaching, tutoring, skill building in areas like time management, organization, study strategies, really building those study habits. And really help build those skills so that students have the confidence to succeed throughout all 4 years. So it's not just like you come in, you speak to an advisor. They really teach them how to build these new skills and really not just the next 4 years, but for the rest of their lives. So it really is a great resource, especially for peace of mind. So you're welcome to sign up register for the coffee chat on our website, futurefamily.arizona.edu. Want to let you know that this Saturday is our last admitted student day. If you're able to come to campus and visit with us, it would really be worth a visit. Students can sign up in their Next Step Center. That will be this Saturday, April 11th, here on campus, and this is an in-person event. So I see we have just a couple of questions here in the chat, but as we wrap up today, I just want to leave you with this. Destination Arizona is a very warm welcome, a little bit more of a welcome. It really is a launch point where students begin to find their people. They begin to find their place. They begin to find a path here at the University of Arizona. And just as importantly, Family Quest ensures that you feel confident, connected, and really equipped to support your student every step of the way. So I just want to thank you for being here, for investing your time, and for being such an important part of your student's journey. We are, as a team, we are excited to welcome you to campus very soon and officially kick off this next chapter together. So if you need to reach us, please feel free to do so. Our email, futurefamily@arizona.edu. You can ask any questions that you have throughout that email. We check it every day. On our website, futurefamily.arizona.edu, we have our previous coffee chats, like we mentioned throughout today's session. But I just want to thank you again for being here. We will make sure your questions are answered here in the chat. And just bear down, and we hope to see you online next week. Thank you, everybody, and take care.